Hey guys, this is a bit surprising, and I did not prepare for this video, and I don't really know what I'm going to say. So we'll just go with the flow here. I was having a nice, relaxing Saturday. You know, I was playing some Diablo 4. Just got a decent update, and I was just checking it out. And then we got, I got a notification on my phone because I have notifications turned on for the Dragon Ball Legends Twitter account. And it looks like they tweeted out what appears to be a teaser/hint for one of the following characters. Now, I say one of the following characters because typically whenever we get a hint, it is never in at least recently, it is never in reference to like the headlining character that's coming out. So whenever we get an LF character that's coming out, the hint always refers to like the side 1% sparking banner character, or it's an EX character on the banner. It's never for the main character. Now, clearly, if you guys are familiar with how they've handled these major celebrations, and in fact, if you guys saw the video I made just yesterday talking about my predictions for part 3 of the anniversary, you'll know that we've always gone LF, Ultra as the part 3, as Ultra is usually how it happens. So starting with last year's anniversary, the 4th year anniversary, we had UI Goku, LF for part 1. We had Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku, the LF for part 2. And then for part 3, we had Ultra Super Vegito. And then they sort of, you know, fast forward to the next quote-unquote major celebration, which was Legends Festival, end of the year. Started part 1 with LF, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Vegeta the tag unit. Part 2 was LF, Vegeta, and Trunks. And then part 3 was Ultra Gogeta Blue, right? And actually, I guess you can go back even further than that if you want to look at 2021 Legends Festival, but that was different because it was part 1 had 2 banners, and then we had Ultra Gogeta during part 2. But I think, you know, the 4th anniversary 2022 Legends Festival format is what we are expecting for this anniversary, because they sort of have been following that same format. Granted, part 2, they added an additional banner for part 2, right? Not only did we get Orange Piccolo, we also got the tag Gammas. So we are getting an extra, I guess, insert there. So now this brings us to part 3. Now, I guess there's 2 things I want to mention about this. The first thing to mention really quick is I am very surprised that they are dropping a hint at this point in time. I was expecting this Ultra, because that's definitely what this is going to be, to come out next week. So looking at the calendar, so this coming week, reset for this week is July 5th. If we look at how they handled last year we got LF Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist on June 22nd, and then we got Ultra Super Vegito on July 13th. So we pretty much this year got Orange Piccolo and the tag Gamma character, those 2 banners, at the same time as we got Dragon Fist the prior year. So I was expecting the Ultra to come out at a similar interval as we got Super Vegito last year, which would then make it the 12th. July 12th would then be the logical time, the logical day we would expect the Ultra to release on. But them dropping this hint this early, this teaser this early, I mean, this is definitely not what I was expecting, because it means that we're probably getting the Ultra this week on the 5th. The 5th is looking like when we're going to be getting this, which is certainly interesting. I mean, again, I'll pull up the celebration info here. So I think it should be on the next page, but we'll see. The celebration info, I think typically what happens is they don't here. This marks the end of the anniversary celebration. The end of like the special event where they have like the original legend story, you know, in this event here. This goes away on the 19th, which I guess if you want to line it up exactly with the Ultra Banner, because as you guys know at this point, Ultra Banners last for 2 weeks. So if the Ultra Banner came out on the 5th, which is what it's looking like, then it would go away on the 19th, which is exactly how it lines up with this. So I guess it makes sense, but I think typically what has happened in the past is the Ultra Banner has gone a week past the end of the celebration. So I was expecting it to be on the 12th, then the Ultra Banner would end up going away on the 26th. But it looks like no. It looks like this. It looks like it's pretty set in stone for this Ultra Banner to come out on this reset, the 5th, which is pretty insane. I mean, you think about this. Last year, we had just one banner for part 2 with Dragon Fist. And then we had to wait 3 entire weeks for the Ultra to come out. This anniversary, we had 2 simultaneous banners for part 2, and we only have to wait 2 weeks for the Ultra to come out. I like this pacing way better. Not leaving us with like almost an entire month's period in between banners. Like, this is way, way better. So I definitely am a big fan of how they've been handling the pacing and the interval management for this anniversary so far. Okay, so that's my initial point that I wanted to clarify. It looks like the Ultra banner, part 3 anniversary, the final banner we should be expecting as part of the anniversary, looks like that is actually dropping on July 5th this year, which is literally 4 days from now. So, which is actually good for me, because I'll tell you guys this right now. I actually am going back to the States for about 10 days, just to, it's actually going to be my first time back there since I moved. So I'll be visiting family and stuff there for about 10 days. So I have to pre-record a bunch of videos, because I'm going to bring my mobile setup with me in case I need to, but I'm going to be pre-recording a bunch of stuff, and this definitely helps me record stuff in advance if they're going to be dropping this earlier, so that's good. Okay, so that's point number 1. Point number 2 was, what the heck is this hint? Right, that's point number 2. And the reason why this is interesting in the first place is because when have they ever hinted at an Ultra character? I actually can't remember. Let's pull up the list. So we go to characters, and we go to sorting by Ultra. They did not. So let's go in order here, because this is actually in order, starting with Gogeta. They clearly didn't give us a hint for Gogeta. He was part of Legends Fest. They just gave us the reveal and stuff, and that's when they showed him off. Blue Kaioken Goku, I don't think they gave us a hint for him either. It was just a bit of an out there character. We didn't really expect him. Then we have Vegito. Again, this is like the equivalent of what we're going to be getting this year, because this is last anniversary's unit. Ultra Super Vegito for part 3. They didn't give us a hint for him, but I mean, people were heavily expecting Super Vegito based off of the Legends Festival being Gogeta. So no hint for him, but that's who it was. Broly's wasn't a distinct hint that they gave us, but we were in the middle of a powerful opponent campaign. We had just gotten the LF Cooler, and so, if there was going to be an Ultra that came out as part of the powerful opponent campaign, of course it makes sense that it's going to be some form of a villain character. And Z Broly, up until the point when this character released, there was a distinct lack of Dragon Ball Z Legendary Super Saiyan Broly characters in the game, and it really does make sense that this character came out when he did. But again, there was no premiere hint that they dropped on the social media accounts, so not for Broly. Blue Gogeta, of course. I mean, you guys know how it was. I was literally praying on my hands and knees, please give us Blue Gogeta, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, this past Legends Festival celebration was very mid. Unfortunately, I have to call it that, especially when we compare it to this anniversary. This anniversary kicks Legends Festival's teeth in with how much better it is. So I actually do consider that this Gogeta more or less saved the celebration for me, as a content creator who, again, I'm just going to tell you guys how it is. We essentially live off hype. And this character definitely saved it for us. But again, there was no hint for this character. It was just me wanting this guy, right? They didn't put a hint out for him. For Hit, people were surprised we were even getting an Ultra, right? When they announced Hit there. Because I remember I was the only person who was like, yeah, maybe, this could be an Ultra Hit coming up. It made the most sense to me because he's one of my favorite characters. I really wanted to do it. 17 was a very non-conventional choice for an LF character, especially in January following Legends Festival. And for me, I just, we didn't really have an LF version of this character or anything like that, and it just made the most sense to me at the time. But there was no hint for this. I remember people calling me, legitimately calling me dumb for thinking it was going to be Hit, and that's who it was. Rose Goku Black, they literally showed this guy off during Battle Hour, Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour, so there wasn't a hint for this character. They literally showed him off. And then for Kid Buu, it was just so obvious because it was the Majin Buu Saga celebration, where we got the tag Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Angel Vegeta for part 1 of the Majin Buu Saga celebration. Of course, we knew there was going to be an Ultra in there somewhere, right? And it made the most sense for it to be at the end. So the Goku and Vegeta from the Kid Buu fight, I wonder who the Ultra is going to be. Of course, it's Kid Buu. But again, there was no hint for this. So I think going through the 8 summonable ultras that we've received up until this point, we have not gotten a single social media hint for any of these characters. So that's the interesting thing for me when it comes to this, right? Again, we have not seen a hint specifically for a summonable ultra release up until this point, and especially given that it's the anniversary. So there are, I guess, a few interpretations that we can have when it comes to what this is supposed to mean. I am actually leaning more towards this hint being not for an ultra. I think what's going to happen is we might see our first ever normal sparking new character on an ultra banner. This is the anniversary. They have surprised us greatly throughout this anniversary. Part 1, we got 4 summonable sparkings on a banner, which is I believe it's the only time we've ever seen that besides Legends Festival 2021. Part 1, we had LF Purple UI Goku and the Pride Troopers, Jiren, Topo, and Dispo. I think, I'm trying to remember, it's tough to remember the past 5 years all in 1 second, but I think that was the only other time we had ever gotten 4 new sparkings on a banner at once. There might be like 1 or 2 other instances, but that's all I can remember. Certainly not in the past 2 years. So they surprised us with Part 1. Part 2, of course, they surprised us once again by giving us a dual LF banner. So based off of what they've been trying to do in terms of surpassing expectations that people have, I could see, in some way, this Part 3 Ultra banner being a different format than we've become accustomed to seeing. And I think a good way of doing that is by introducing another character that's not just the Ultra character, but a 1% sparking on the banner next to the Ultra. I think another way they can change the format is something I've been saying for a while now, is you gotta add old Ultra characters to the banner. Give us at least, give us Super Gogeta and Blue Kaioken Goku on the banner. You know what? Put Super Vegeta on the banner too. Why not? Right? I'm not asking for them to dilute the rates of the new Ultra character. Just give us the same rate. Give us 0.25% to pull each of these Ultras. So 0.25% for Gogeta, 0.25% for Blue Kaioken Goku, 0.25% for Super Vegito, and then maintain the same 0.35% rate we see for the new Ultra character. Like, why not? Would it really kill you to do this for the big Part 3 finale of the anniversary? This has been the best celebration of all time. We'll see. But I think my conclusion to this is this hint specifically, I don't think this is going to be for the Ultra character. I don't. So what is this hint? This is clearly some reference to the Future Saga, the battle with Zamasu, right, and Vegito Blue, and Trunks, and Goku, and Vegeta and Trunks, and that entire sequence, right? The final point, I guess the final time that Goku and Vegeta travel to the future to save the future from Goku Black and Zamasu. That's what, to me, this looks like. And there's multiple references to this in the series. I pulled up a few screenshots here. This is actually, this is kind of very similar to what we're seeing here. The only difference is the sky is green here. And then the sky is gray in this one, right? And I don't think they don't show the ground here, but this is actually the first time we ever see future Zamasu appear. This hole in the sky opens up and there's light shining down, and then Zamasu descends. This is basically after Rose first transforms into Rose. Goku Black first transforms into Super Saiyan Rose and does battle with Vegeta and Goku. And then we have Zamasu sort of descend here. There are other instances is this and this. So if we take a look at the image here, there's let me see if I could actually open this in a new tab and zoom in a little bit here. So there's very deliberately, I don't even know what to call this. It looks like an infinity sign here, right? It looks like there's an infinity sign here, or there's 2 circles conjoining here at the base of where the light is shining down onto the, I guess this is the ground, it's just red. It's like there's lava everywhere. Yeah, whatever. But there's light shining down what appears to be onto this infinity symbol, onto this conjoined double circle here. So this can either mean one of two things, right? Let me zoom back out so we can see the image. So here's where Vegito first appears, right? He appears as base Vegito. We have this huge light pyramid, or not pyramid, light pillar, sorry. This giant pillar of light appear, and then he, you know, jumps from here onto this, and then he transforms into blue. I will tell you guys right now, I don't really like to look into this too often, and I don't typically bring this up in videos discussing Legends. Dimps is the company that develops Legends, right? Bandai is the publisher, and Dimps is the actual company that developed the game itself. Dimps also develops Dragon Ball Heroes. Dragon Ball Heroes recently had one of the best animated Vegito Blues ever. And Vegito Blue's transformation sequence, because technically it's a base form Vegito that transforms into blue. His transformation sequence is exactly this. He starts in base form, he jumps onto the rock, and then he transforms into blue from here. So they could technically take some of that from Heroes. They have the same exact movements, right? They can pull from and use it for Legends. There is precedent for this. If you guys remember the original Red Gogeta, Super Gogeta, the first Super Gogeta ever released in the game, they actually used his ultimate in Heroes. I think it might have been the reverse. They might have created it in Heroes and then ported it into Legends in terms of the animation sequence. It is literally one for one. They've reused it from Heroes into Legends. That's something that they've done in the past. So I don't really know if they have many instances of that, but that is one that I know for sure that they have. But I guess that's sort of something I can mention on the side here. But it could be Vegito. Don't forget that when they fuse initially, before the fusion actually happens and they're about to fuse, the earrings are shining over here, which could be what this double circle is referencing here. Or it could just be a double circle referencing an infinite, what do they call them? Like the infinite Zamasu. So what if this is like a 1% sparking merge Zamasu? A 1% sparking corrupted merge Zamasu that when he dies, he has a similar mechanic to like Magenta or Tapion, where he becomes the infinite Zamasu and then like just starts like pelting the enemy with like, I don't know, like Ki Blast or something like that. I don't know. That could be interesting. Regardless, I think my prediction for this is going to remain stoic on the fact that it's probably going to be an Ultra Vegito Blue of some sort. But now with this hint, I'm also heavily considering that we actually might end up getting a sparking on the banner as well. So what if we ended up getting Ultra Vegito Blue as the main headlining character, the part 3 headlining unit. We ended up getting a 1% sparking corrupted Zamasu that has like a death mechanic that is similar, again, does like the infinite Zamasu thing. And then on top of that, the banner has some of the old Ultra characters on there because again, they're gonna have to reformat these banners at some point. They're just so bad. That's a way they can end this anniversary. And I don't want to over expect, right? I don't want to put my expectations so high to the point where, if it ends up being just one Ultra and that's it, because that's what we've seen up until this point. The banner for Ultra banners, all we've gotten, the Ultra, boom, done. That's the entire thing. So to expect all these additional things, I don't know if I want to put my expectations to that level. But I'm just simply speculating based off of the hint here because we've never seen a hint for an Ultra before. And with this being the anniversary where they've certainly gone above and beyond our expectations, it's possible. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's possible. That's it. So once again, I think this one post by them on Twitter definitely has a lot of implications. Again, number one, it means that we're 99% going to be getting the Ultra banner this week instead of the following week, which is what I initially thought. And then number two, they've never done a hint for an Ultra. I think this potentially could mean that we're getting other characters on the banner besides just the Ultra. So let me know down below what you guys think about this hint here. Definitely a bit surprising for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next one.